It is early Saturday after, like, it's just 12 noon. So I was trying to come and do a video while it's early, while I get the free time to do a video, while I'm not babysitting my granddaughter right now. I will be babysitting her later on in the evening, so I figured, okay, let me try to get a video in before the rest of my day gets busy. So today I have little Sage here, Sage Asleep by Claire Taylor. And he was painted and rooted by me, and I call him Baby James. His name is Jameson Sayge. So I figured I would come and do a video with him today. I don't think I've done like a video with just him or me more so feeding and changing him in the video in quite a while. When I first painted him, like, he was just everything. You know how it is with the new baby. And I was doing so many videos with him and constantly changing him. But I don't know, as time goes, you get new babies and you'll sort of push the other ones to the side for a little while. But what I noticed with me is eventually, if it's a baby that I really adore and really love, I'll somehow go back to that baby. Like, eventually that baby's time is going to come again where I want to just cuddle that baby, do a video with them, change them. Him I've been holding since I changed him into this onesie a couple of days ago. For some reason, this plain little striped onesie, it looks so cute on him, and he has on the cloth nappy under it. And the cloth nappies, it just does something with their clothes, the way they look so chubby in the clothes. And then he's already chubby, so it just made him look so cute in this onesie with these little booties on his feet. And so ever since then, I've been wanting to hold him. Brought him in my room because he was in the nursery in the crib. So he's been in here. I've been bringing him back and forth in my room all week. And just sitting him on my bed and holding him when I get a chance, when I'm not holding my grandbaby, of course. So he's been like my focus. All of a sudden, I was back interested in him. It's so crazy how that happens, but I think it's when it's a baby that you really have a bond with. No matter how much time passes, you might not hold them for a while, you'll eventually, your heart is still gonna like go back to that baby. They still gonna have this place in your heart, and I guess that's how it is with this little one. He's the first full body silicone that I painted for myself from start to finish, so I guess that is probably also a reason why, like, the bond with him is like it's gonna be there no matter how much time passes. So, anywho, welcome to my nursery. Before I keep rambling and forget to say that, if you are new, welcome. And if you're already subscribed, thank you for coming back. And it's an airplane passing over. I don't know if you guys can hear when the airplanes be passing over, but it sounds loud to me. And I live near Air Force Base, not far from the Air Force Base where I'm at. So every now and then you'll, like, all through my day really, I'll hear the planes going by. So anyway, please subscribe. If you are not subscribed, hit that subscribe button while I'm reminding you. Hit the notification bell so you'll know when I put up new videos. I'm trying to get my videos up a little closer together. I have to, like, whenever I can get one in, basically there's no schedule, I'll just try to do one. I'm finding that I get to do my videos more so if it's earlier in the day before I'm watching my granddaughter. and that's when I'll do my painting. Like when I'm gonna paint now, I try to get a little painting in early in the morning. Like this morning I was up painting early before I even started doing the video. And that's how I have to do it basically. If I want to get any part of my recording done, or my painting or rooting, whatever I'm doing with my doll hobby, I see that I have to really try to focus on doing it earlier in the day before I start watching my granddaughter. If you're new, I have a new grandbaby. She is now actually 4 months old already, but she was a preemie. She was born early, so she's only been home about 6 weeks. She came out the hospital. So it's still like definitely new, definitely an adjustment to having a new baby in the house. And I babysit her so that her mommy and daddy can work, and they also in college now because school opened. So I am the one that is watching her, the majority of the time. And it fluctuates. Like some days I have her early in the morning, so then I can't get any like much stuff done early. I think like twice a week I have her early in the morning. And then on Sundays I usually have her early. So those days I don't try to do nothing too early because I know I'm going to have her early. But the rest of the days when I watch her is usually more so in the later part of the afternoon. So those are the days where I get more of my painting done, because then I have my mornings where they're free. And if I'm going to do a video, I try to do it in the morning. And that seems what is going to work out for me best right now. Unless, of course, their schedules change, but that's how it is right now. And I was feeling like I wasn't really getting time with my dolls, or to paint, or to do much recording and stuff, because I had to kind of adjust to, okay, life with a new baby in the house. Of course, I want to spend as much time as I can with my grandbaby. She's the main focus now. And I wanted to, like, it kind of made me push my doll stuff aside because I wanted to definitely focus on my granddaughter, especially when she just came out the hospital. We were definitely a little nervous when she was first, when she first came home and all of that. So it was definitely, I guess, that adjustment period of having her home. And then, like I said, when she first came home, she was still on the oxygen and all of that. So that was also an adjustment, because that is definitely, this was my first experience of having a newborn, a preemie, born early, and them coming home out of the hospital hooked up to oxygen. That was scary. I'm not gonna even try to sit here and pretend it wasn't. It was definitely scary. But eventually we adjusted to it. We learned, they show you everything before you take the baby out of the hospital, how to, how everything functions and all of that stuff, how to work it. And she was doing so well on it, she didn't have to stay on it very long after she came home. I think she was on it maybe a week and a half to 2 weeks, and then she was able to fully come off the oxygen, so that was good. And so far she's doing really well. Her name is Alora, if you're new. And like I said, now she's 4 months old. So she is doing really, really well. And she is 12 pounds now, you guys. So she was 2 pounds and 9 ounces at birth, and she is now 4 months old and 12 pounds. So, and she wears a size 3 to 6 months clothes. Like, I can't even believe how fast this girl is growing. So that is also why I'm trying to just like spend a lot of time with her as much as I can and do whatever I can with her, because they grow so fast. And she was a preemie, but she still is growing like just super fast. So anywho, that is just a little bit of my personal life and trying to fit in and maneuver my personal life with a real baby, my granddaughter, along with having my doll babies, trying to get it all where it works together during my day, during my week. And also then I paint also, so then squeezing that part of the hobby in for me, or the work part of the hobby, is when I paint my own silicone or paint my own vinyl reborns. You know, trying to get time to do that as well. So I have just been trying to adjust to all of that and maneuver everything and trying to make it all work. So I think I'm getting more of a routine now, with everything, trying to get everything in and trying to get more videos done closer together where I'm not like going MIA for days, for a week, and y'all be wondering, where is she? So I'm trying to get better with it. So anyway, we're going to change this chubby boy. Look at him in this onesie. I just love him in this onesie. Like, I don't even want to take it off of him. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's the colors too. Maybe I like him in these like darker colors. I don't know. But anywho, he is Sage Asleep, as I said, by Clear Taylor Dolls. And this baby was sold as a blank kit, meaning he was all, you know, poured into one piece, all done, a fully done baby, full body silicone, anatomically correct. And you had the option, you could get a drinking wet in him if you wanted a drinking wet, and you could get armatures in his arms if you wanted that. And those were the options you had. But I got him as the basic model, a base model, no armatures in his arms, and he doesn't have a drinking wet. He has an open mouth and all of that. He could take a pacifier and a bottle. And then you could paint him yourself, which I did, paint and root him myself. But if you can't paint or you don't want to paint it yourself, of course you could buy him blank and send him off to an artist of your choice and have them paint him for you and root his hair for you. So that is when you would say Clear Taylor does a blank kit edition. That is what he is. He's the Sage Asleep blank kit edition. And again, I'm going over this more so for new people, new collectors who don't know how it works to get a Clear Taylor doll. That is him up close. A lot of you ask me, like, how do I get my dolls? Where do I get them from? You know, how to go about it. So I figure every now and then I tend to go back and do these kind of videos again for those people who might be wondering how do they go about getting a Clear Taylor doll. This hair is curly, as you can see how I had it all brushed down at the beginning of the video, but it will tend to just mess up and curl back up on its own, because basically it's supposed to be curly hair, but sometimes I like to just slick it down, but it doesn't really stay. So we're gonna put him on the bobby. So with Clear Taylor's dolls, this video is kind of a continuation from the video I did a couple of days ago. And I had all 5 of my Clear Taylor full body silicones in the crib in my nursery on the last video. And it's going to be the video right before this one. So as I said, Sage that I was holding is the babies that Clear Taylor, every now and then she'll sell blank kits, meaning, like I said, they're sold blank. When she sells the blank kits, she sells them, what I like about it is that she sells the blank kits to give more options to collectors that like her dolls and they want one of her dolls, but they cannot afford to buy a fully completed doll by Clear Taylor. So this is Layla, and she's the Dwayne Awake edition by Clear Taylor Dolls, and she is what you would call a edition doll by Clear Taylor. a Claire Taylor doll, a fully completed doll by Claire Taylor, meaning Claire Taylor sculpted her, then poured her into silicone, you know, casted, molded, however, all of that, whatever they do with the silicones to create them. And then she also painted her, rooted her hair, did everything to her. So this is a completed Claire Taylor doll. I also got her as a custom. And she also has like all the bells and whistles, a drinking wet system. She's poured all in one piece. Magnificent silicone. Open mouth, of course, because she's a drinking wet. She has a spine in her back, which you can't see it right now because she's dressed, but she does have a spine that you can actually feel her spine. She had the full armatures that go all the way through, but they no longer work. I've had Layla since 2018, so she's definitely been with me a while, but she's still in pristine condition and I absolutely love her. When I got Layla, definitely, as I say, sometimes I joke and say it was like buying a car, and that is definitely the truth. She's my only brand new doll that I got custom made by Claire Taylor, brand new for me. And she is a fully completed doll by her. She was my first one to get directly from Claire Taylor, and so far she's been my only fully completed edition doll directly from Claire Taylor. And because of my budget, that is why I haven't seen it possible for me since I got her to like get another fully completed doll all done by Claire Taylor, an edition doll. Her edition dolls, also the editions are smaller. Like Layla is number 4 in her edition, and there's only 5 other Dwayne Awakes in the edition. And the artist proofs that went to the family of this baby Dwayne, because Dwayne is a real baby. So this is a portrait baby. So what I like is that the edition dolls are more rare because it's less of them. But again, when you go for these edition dolls, it of course costs way more money to get a fully completed edition doll by Claire Taylor. So that is what Layla is. And for me, she was a once in a lifetime chance at that time, opportunity I had, you know, where I was able to get her. And I love this baby so much still. And I'm very thankful that I was able to bring her home and I got her at that time when I could. Like I said, for me, not all the time I can go after the brand new, fully completed Claire Taylor dolls. So that is why I got little Sayge that I put down when I got him, because he was being sold as a blank kit that was way more affordable because I was going to paint him and root him myself. So that, these babies are heavy. That is why I do love that, although Claire Taylor's dolls are high end, she does have different options for collectors so that, you know, you can afford her dolls. Some kind of way you can try to, if you really want a Claire Taylor doll, you can afford her dolls. And this video, the reason why I'm talking about all of this is because I have a lot of people that, you know, they'll put in the comments under my videos a lot of times that one day they, you know, their dream is to have a Claire Taylor doll in their collection. And I do understand that, because when I found out about her dolls, it has been since 2014 I found out about Claire's dolls, or late 2013. I've been in the hobby now 10 years collecting these lifelike dolls. So I want to say it probably was like in 2014 I found out about Claire Taylor's dolls. And once I seen her sculpts and her dolls, I just wanted one so bad. You know, I had to have one. It just became a quest for me in my collecting to have a Claire Taylor doll. So once I learned about them, I wanted one. But then when I seen the prices of them, I was like, oh my gosh, how am I going to ever afford one? And back then her dolls were way less money than they are now, okay? But still they were high end, okay? So for me at that time, especially my budget, I was like, how can I get one of those dolls? But you know, I never said I would never get one. A lot of people say, oh, I'll never get one. I never thought of it like that. I always was just positive and trying to figure out how could I make it happen? How could I get one? And at the time, I only just wanted one. I felt like I would be happy and content with just having one of her dolls. Well, over the years since 2014 to now, I brought my very first Clea Taylor doll home in 2016. So I seen them around 2014, but could not get one home in my nursery until 2016, I want to say. I put the doll on layaway. That became an option. And I put him on layaway in 2015 and I didn't bring him home. It was sometime late 2015 and I brought him home at some point in 2016. And he also was a partial silicone. He was not a full body. He had a full belly plate and everything, anatomically correct belly plate, but he was a partial silicone. So that also made him more affordable. He also was on the secondary market, meaning I bought him from another collector. I didn't buy him brand new. And he was also sold as a blank kit, so he was painted by a different artist, not Clea Taylor. So that is the first way I brought home a Clea Taylor doll. So that is why I'm telling you there are different ways, different options you have, and that is what I do like. You have options. You just have to figure out which way you want to go. And what are your options? You know, how do you want to go about it? And the first thing you need to do when you're looking for dolls, any doll, is figure out your budget. What do you have to spend? What do you have available? And how much you want to spend? And do you want to buy a doll straight out? Do you want to have all the money up front and just buy a doll? Or are you looking for layaway? That is the first things you need to figure out. If you do a layaway, you need to make sure that you're going to be able to keep up with your layaway. Because especially if you go through an artist, say like Clea Taylor, because Clea Taylor also offers layaway. That's another option. Or you can do a layaway with, say, another person that's selling a doll. But when you're doing a layaway with another collector, you have to be careful with that. Make sure you check everything out and all of that. And I'll do another video on that because you don't want to get scammed by anybody where you paying for something and you ain't going to get nothing back. But layaway is definitely a way of making stuff more affordable because you're making payments on it. And Clea Taylor does offer layaway. So that is another option. And that is the way I had to go. But with the collector I bought my first doll from, I kind of knew her. She was on YouTube. I constantly was watching her videos. I got to know her because she was on YouTube. I would comment under her videos, so she kind of got to know me too. So I was confident that she was a legit collector. She actually had the dolls in her possession, and she seemed like a nice, decent person. And that is the first person I did the layaway with who, you know, had Clea Taylor's dolls in her collection. And that opened the door for me to finally bring home my first Clea Taylor sculpt. So those are the different options you have. Like I said, if you want to go directly through Clea Taylor, the artist, the sculptor herself, she has Clea Taylor dolls on YouTube is her channel. You can go to her channel, watch her videos. Under all her videos in the description, she always has the link that you can click to go over to her website, which is CleaTaylorDolls.com. When she has new dolls out, she usually will put up videos when she's releasing new dolls on YouTube. She also has a mailing list you can subscribe and sign up for on her website. And that way, when she releases new dolls, she'll also send out emails to you. So you'll know when she's releasing something new. So now this baby is Yasmin. I call her Yasmin Taylor. She's also a full body silicone. She is the Tate Asleep sculpt by Clea Taylor Dolls. And I got her last year for my birthday. My birthday is coming up this month. So this baby, I've almost had her for a year. She is, like I said, a full body silicone, anatomically correct, a girl. She is the Tate Asleep #2. She is also an addition doll. But with this baby, she was fully sculpted by Clear Taylor, but then it was poured into silicone and painted by Clear Taylor's husband, Howard Taylor. And then her hair was rooted by her daughter, Allie Taylor. So this baby is also an addition doll, which is a new option now, but she is a little more affordable than buying a Clear Taylor addition doll that's fully completed by her, like Layla back here. Layla back here costs more than Tate here, because Tate was finished off by Taylor Doll Studio, which is the sister company to Claire Taylor Dolls, where this doll was not painted by Claire Taylor. But of course, I felt like when I seen this baby, I wanted a Tate, because I had a Tate Awake, which came out a few years ago. And I wanted another Tate. So when I seen this baby, I fell in love with her because she's a Tate, but then she's sleeping, which I do prefer sleeping babies. So that was perfect, because I was able to get another Tate, and she's asleep, and she's fully completed, an addition doll, but she was painted by Howard Taylor. And when I looked at her, I could see that Claire Taylor definitely was supervising. That's what I want to say. She was supervising, as her husband was painting this baby, because I can see it's a different paint style from Clear Taylor's painting. But for me, I could tell looking at her on the video, she definitely had a hand in, teaching her husband about painting silicone. This baby doesn't look like a beginner person painted her. So I wanted her because I wanted a Tate. And then I love that she just was painted so beautifully. And in person, really, she is just absolutely a beautiful baby, the way she's painted. So realistic, her coloring and everything, all the details. I could see that Claire Taylor definitely, she was supervising, with this baby. So it was an option to get another Claire Taylor edition doll, but she's not fully done by Claire Taylor. The husband painted her and the daughter rooted her, so it made her half of what you would pay, say, for a doll completed fully by Claire Taylor. So it just made her more, again, a more affordable option, for me, because I can't actually right now go after, say if Claire Taylor comes out with a addition doll that she's going to be fully completing right now, for me, I wouldn't be able to just go after it. So this baby was, again, another type of option. And these Tate Asleeps are still being released. They're still releasing them as they do them. So if you go on her website, you'll see the ones that have already been released. I think they're up to Tate Asleep #7. And I think that one sold. So I guess eventually they'll put out #8. So you can keep your eye out if you're interested in one of these babies. They're still available. So that is the next option of a Claire Taylor doll, where Taylor Doll Studio is completing them. Also, she is an addition doll, the little Tate Asleep, but she is also what you would call, she's still poured in the kit silicone like him. The silicone with the kit additions is a different silicone blend than the dolls that are sold completely done by Claire Taylor. So that is also what makes them a little more affordable, because she pours them, or her husband pours them, in a silicone blend that is more it's just, I guess, more affordable. And they make it where the doll is going to be more affordable, because they're poured in a different silicone mix or blend from the fully completed edition dolls. All of the silicone is very nice. All of them feel beautiful. But Layla, because she's a completed doll by Claire Taylor, her silicone blend is definitely completely different from his and from hers. Now, being that Tate right here was poured in a kit edition silicone blend, but she was sold as an addition doll, so she cost more than him, of course. her silicone feels a little bit different from his. So all three of these babies' silicone feels different from each other. Layla having the highest, you know, memory foam silicone where it has the slow rise where you press it. She also has the squishy tummy. That's what the, you know, the full edition dolls also have that feature. She has more going on with her features and everything than these dolls do. Her silicone is more just a whole different feel. Amazing. It's different from the kit edition dolls, so that's why Layla costs more. But what I love, if you can't go after a fully completed doll by Claire Taylor, you have these other options of getting a blank doll, painting it yourself, and it's way less money to pay out, or get an artist to finish, you know, paint it for you of your choice. Or now she has these dolls where her husband is finishing them and painting them, so they're, you know, half the price of her dolls that she does. So that is what I love, is that you have options. And basically that's what this video is for, and that's what I wanted to talk about in this video. My eye is just acting up today, watering. I don't know if I have allergies or what. But yes, that is what I wanted to talk about briefly in this video, and I don't want to make it too long because already I'm at 30 minutes and I have not dressed him yet. And when I make the videos too long, they just be so hard to upload. Like, they just take all day. Like, if I finish this video now and say I make it a 50-minute video, it will take all the way to tonight before it'll upload onto YouTube. I don't know why it's like that, but that's what happens. So I don't know. This video might be super long and you guys might not see it till way later on this evening. But we'll see how it goes. It all depends. So yes, that is what I wanted to talk about in this video. So to let you know that whatever doll you want, it doesn't have to be a Claire Taylor doll. Always look at, like, what options do you have? What if you want your doll brand new from that sculptor, say you want it directly from Claire Taylor or whatever artist it is, always try to see what options you have. Try to see how can you make it work out for you. Don't just throw in the towel and you know, give up and say that you don't have, you know, any way, you can't do it, it's not gonna happen. Like, don't count yourself out, is what I'm trying to say. Because when I first started out, I was trying to figure out a way. I didn't know how I was gonna do it. So I'm gonna put him in this Peter Rabbit little romper. Is knit light blue. It's by Will Beth, and he's worn this before, but I wanted to put it back on him. So we're gonna put this back on him. This one, what size? It's a 3 months, and he has worn it. So yes, don't count yourself out. Don't give up. As I said, I started out secondary market. I didn't get a brand new doll at first. You know, I had to buy the doll from another collector. I had to do a layaway. She was nice enough to let me do a layaway with her. And that all made it possible for me to start collecting Claire's dolls. You know, of course, my ultimate dream was to eventually get a full body Claire Taylor doll, and then eventually to get one that was all fully done by Claire Taylor. That was my main thing I wanted, like the ultimate dream I had, where I wanted to get a doll directly from Claire Taylor and, you know, get it brand new, to get the whole box opening experience, because she does wonderful, amazing box openings when you get her fully completed dolls from her. That's the other thing with Layla back here. She also costs more because when you get the dolls all done by Claire Taylor, they come with this beautiful box opening, with all of these amazing gifts that she sends in the box. And I just wanted to, at least once in my collecting journey, in this journey of collecting my dolls, you know, where I would get to experience having the, you know, the whole thing all from Clear Taylor. And it was an amazing experience when I got Layla to experience that. And I'm glad I got her. I'm glad I went ahead and got her. I didn't listen to other people that were negative at the time and were saying, you know, like, oh, Claire's dolls cost too much and I wouldn't spend that on them and this and that. It was a lot of chatter in the background. And what I had to do was just drown out the chatter and go after what my heart wanted, you know, what I wanted, what I felt like I could do to make it happen. I just did what I had to do to, you know, fill my dream, fulfill what I wanted in my hobby. And that's what you have to do. Everyone can give you different advice and show you different things, but in the end of it all, at the end of the day, you have to sit down and think it out, talk to yourself, you know, and figure out your path and what you really want, and see what your options are and what fits into your lifestyle, your budget, and what you can do. Like I said, I do love that Clear Taylor, she has options. So although her dolls are expensive, high end, even her blanks are a little more expensive than you can get blanks from other, you know, artists out there, sculptors. You can find blanks that are way cheaper than Clear Taylor's blank, you know, dolls. So that also may be an option where you may not choose a Clear Taylor doll. You may go a whole different route because there are other, you know, blank sculpts out there that you can buy blank, paint it yourself, or get another artist to paint it for you, and it's way less than a Clear Taylor blank. So you really have to sit down and figure out your options, watch videos. Sometimes people will give different information on their videos for you to make, you know, up your mind and see which way you want to go about bringing home your baby. Which artist you want to go with, which sculptor, and what's more feasible for your, you know, your budget, your pocket, and just see where to go from there. Now, some people want a Clear Taylor doll and there is no substitution for it. You know, for them, they want a Clear Taylor doll. That's what they want, and there is no substitute. And that's how I was. And, you know, I didn't want a different doll from a different sculptor at the time. I had other silicone dolls first from other sculptors. And at the time, it was okay when I was first starting out, you know. But eventually, like I said, when I seen the Clear Taylor dolls, that is what I wanted. This is what I wanted. So there was no substitute at that time for me. I didn't want, you know, a sculpt from a different artist. So you have to figure out if it's something you really want, then you're gonna want to go for what you really want. So with that, that's why I figured I would come and just share the different options of dolls, the way you can get a Clear Taylor doll and which different options you have. And with all of her options, like I said, she offers layaways. I laid away this blank. Although he was less expensive and I bought him as a blank, I still chose the layaway option. Most of the time, she gives you 6 months to lay the doll away. So that gives you time to kind of work out your payments, see how much, even before you do the layaway, see how much you're going to put down. She has usually a set amount that you have to put down up front. And then you have to make payments, you know, monthly payments until you pay off your doll. If you have 6 months to pay off your doll, you want to figure out how much you can manage to pay every month that is going to be feasible for you and doable for you, and is not going to stress your pockets or stress you out. So you want to figure out all of that before you even, you know, before you get into the layaway. Figure out everything about it before you enter your layaway. So that way you can make sure you're making the right choice and the right decision for you. And so then with Tate in the back here, as I said, she's being sold as an addition doll as well. There is also layaway with Tate, so you can lay her away as well. With Layla, she was a completely, complete addition doll by Claire Taylor, but also with Layla, they had, layaway. So with Layla, it was 6 months layaway also, but I paid a big down payment on her, and then I was able to pay her off in 3 months. So I didn't need the whole 6 months. I was able to work that out and pay her off in 3 months, although it still took me 9 months to get her home, by the time Claire Taylor finished making her and everything. But I had already paid her off. I was just waiting for the baby to come. And it took, like I said, 9 months total. It was like a real baby came home by the time she came home. But for me, I was able to work it out financially where I could pay her off in 3 months. So, but again, the option, it was wonderful that, you could do layaway and you have a whole 6 months to pay the doll off. So those are just some of the options with Claire's dolls. Now, say if you don't go the route of getting a Claire Taylor doll directly from her, you always can look at collectors like myself who have Claire Taylor dolls. And you never know when all of a sudden we decide we maybe want to sell one of them. And you can get the chance to get one like that, which is called secondary market. You're buying it directly from another collector. And sometimes a collector may allow you to also do a layaway when you're buying it from them. But like I said, if you're buying from a collector, make sure you know who you're buying from. Be careful you don't get scammed. Make sure that person actually has that doll in their possession. And that's the thing when you're buying secondary market from other collectors, because there's so many scammers out there. Like myself, you see me on my videos. You can see I have the dolls here. You'll see me sharing my dolls pretty much on a lot of my videos on my channel. I have them. I also am on Instagram. You'll see for years I've been on Instagram, my same Instagram. You'll see all of the different dolls as you scroll down my Instagram. I have, I think, almost like over 4,000 pictures or something on my Instagram. You'll see all of the Claire Taylor dolls and all of the dolls I've had over the years. So I actually have these dolls. When I'm selling them, if I sell one, I usually will come on here, do a video, share that I'm selling the doll, and I usually will have if you're interested, contact me on my Instagram by message, and we can converse back and forth on there if you want more pictures of the doll or whatever. And I have these dolls because you see me on YouTube. But say somebody just put up a post on Facebook somewhere or Instagram and they say they selling something and you don't know them. They Facebook look new. They Instagram look new. I would say beware, be very careful, because 9 times out of 10, they could be a scammer and they don't even have the doll. So be careful when you buying secondary market. That's the thing you got to look out for, is scammers when you buying from other collectors. Some of them are upfront and they telling the truth and they actually have the doll, and then some of them be lying and they don't have nothing. So I would talk about that on a whole nother video of things you could do when you trying to buy secondary market, and to try to see if the person really has the doll or not, and things to look out for. I'll do a whole separate video on that. So anyway, there is my baby boy, little Jameson. He is dressed in his light blue today, all done. And so we will talk to you in the next video. Have a nice rest of your weekend. And me and the baby say thanks for watching. Take care.